So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Venus and Ketu conjunction in the 11th house. Do you know this is the third time I'm recording this video? Third time. First, my battery of the monitor that is above my camera went out. Then while I was recording, this camera battery went out. So I'm like, I look at the Prashna. And of course, Venus is exactly conjunct Ketu, and I'm talking about Venus Ketu. Okay, and Moon is with Mercury in the 8th house in the Prashna. That means major issue connected with some communication. Okay, so this is, I'm telling you, it's like once you are an astrologer or once you are dealing with astrology, it's just alive. Nobody else will deal with it. But who's doing astrology, they'll deal with it. It becomes awakened. So, as you know, today I uploaded the Libra blank chart prediction. So if you want to go check it out on Magha Vedic Astrology Academy, you can do that with a link in the description. And if you need a consultation or reports, go to the links here, Cares Astrology. Otherwise, let's discuss Venus Ketu in the 11th house. So 11th house is the house of gains, profits, desires, achievements, elder siblings, social circles, network circles, paternal uncles and aunts. Your own children is the 11th house as well. Okay, so Venus Ketu in the 11th house. This is actually a very strong combination. Why? Because depending upon how Venus is, whether Venus is behind or front of Ketu, money is actually owed to you. Your desires to be fulfilled. Because this is causing a Padham Yoga. Padham Yoga of going to the highest of heights related to luxury, wealth, money. Okay, but especially when the 11th house of gains is there, sometimes unexpectedly, even this person not wanting something, they get it. Okay. On the other hand, Venus and Ketu in the 11th house also shows that at one point, especially you will see once you get married, gains naturally happens. Okay, fulfillment of desires happen. However, each desires that gets fulfilled for this particular individual, okay, they no longer desire for that thing anymore. Like, for example, if you had the desire to go to Grand Canyon, or let's say you're in India, you want to go see New York or Las Vegas. Once you go there once, that's it. After that, you won't have the need. And by the time you get into your mid-30s, post like 36, 37. Okay, this is insane. Fourth time I'm now re-recording this video. The first half of this video I told you. What happened was I was supposed to change the battery. I took the battery out. I started doing something. I picked up the old battery, put it back in there. And within 3-4 minutes, the monitor's battery went out. And here I am, holding an empty battery. Which is an omen too. This person will go through many breaks in life related to Venus, which is relationship and marriage. Like especially before marriage, just know you're going to go through breakups. Venus, especially when Ketu is in front of Venus, you are to break up with many people. So if you're watching this as a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, please, for God's sake, don't like fall in love with somebody when you see them in the first 2 weeks. Or even like, I don't care if you date somebody or have a relationship, steady relationship for 1 year or 2 year. Don't. Learn the art of detachment. Always know, I love this person. This person is so caring, so this, but tomorrow they will eventually tell me that I want to see other people. We should see other people. We should stay friends. And that's going to be the most devastating hammer shock on your head. Because you were completely consumed with the fact that you're going to be lasting forever, the long term. And Ketu has to teach you lessons. And if you're watching this video, then of course, hopefully Ketu is bringing you here to learn these lessons beforehand. Like, I'm not saying to be rude to or mean to someone. No, be like you're in love. But also just know at the same time, yeah, you can walk away too. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you for coming in my life, showing me love, showing me romance. And it can happen again and again before you find the right person. Okay. The other thing with Venus in the 11th house, okay, you will see, especially if you give birth to a girl, like you have a daughter in your life, that's when you really start seeing the potential of gains become alive. And especially if let's say this is a man's chart and your wife goes into things related to fashion designing, dentistry, goes into nursing, goes into chartered accountancy, analyst, even coding, astrology. This will be a very simple way of just having a beautiful married life, having a beautiful relationship, romance, and gains. Okay, but again, I don't know if Venus and Ketu are alone in your 11th house. They could be with a cluster of planets. They could be aspected by other planets, which can then hinder Venus as well. Venus's ability to really go out there. But even the thing is, though, I've seen Venus with Mars and Ketu and then Saturn, and this person is a multi-millionaire. Okay, because then because the source of strength of Venus was really strong in the 12th house, where Venus becomes exalted, and the Vamshat's in the 4th house, getting the full directional strength. So this is why it's very important to obviously analyze these things. So just because malefics are looking at Venus, I mean, remember, Venus in the 11th with Ketu naturally shows that the more you fulfill other people's desires, the more your desires will be fulfilled. Like, for example, your friend wants, ticket to some cricket game. And you have a full-time job, he's not working, he got laid off, fired, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you know what? Here, I'm going to get you a ticket. Go see that cricket game. Go see that basketball game or football game. Heck, you know what? I'll get 2 tickets. We'll both go together. What are you doing? Because once you fulfill that person's wishes, what's going to happen? Internally, they're going to bless you. Like, my God, I'm blessed with such a friend. Bless this person's life. Give my friend everything he needs. So they bless you in return. And Ketu's blessings. So when you give and you receive blessings, this is where the Venus starts awakening and start dancing. On the other hand, Venus in the 11th house can sometimes show that spouse either may have been fostered or adopted. Like may have had to, and foster doesn't mean legally foster. Maybe sometimes, like somebody from India comes to US to study and they have an aunt here, so they stay with the aunt for the next 3-4 years. What is that? That is, in a way, adoption, fostering. They're giving you a roof on your head. But also with Venus in the 11th with Ketu, it is very important for this person to donate money to fulfill desires as well. Not just fulfilling somebody else's desire, donate, give. If Ketu's especially is in front of Venus, give money. Make a habit that every week I'm going to give money. Because if you don't give money, then the desires keep getting stuck. They're in that stuck position. They're wanting to give you things, but it's hindering his full potential. Also with Venus Ketu in the 11th house. Okay? Always make sure that the glass on your phone screen, your windshield of your car, windows, anywhere, it shouldn't be cracked. Like a picture frame is cracked and you just left it there. That's going to hurt your Venus. That's going to activate your Venus in a negative way. Because Venus Ketu combination whenever scratch comes, just know some expenses come in. But if you fix it right away, you can save that. So don't be with one of those phones, especially if you have a smartphone that is cracked and you're just like still working on it. Your Mercury and Venus and Rahu are being damaged. Like you will, I don't know if somebody has had this happen where you saw a major scratch on your screen, didn't do anything within 2 weeks, your girlfriend or boyfriend broke up with you. Or you guys had a major clash or fight. Okay, so these things will be very normal with this. Also, Venus and Ketu together in the 11th house. This person will be very much, can also be interested in pathology. They're interested in death. they're fascinated with what is death, what is the body, what happens after death. They find absolute pleasure in knowing stories of near-death experiences. Think about it. Why? Why the 11th house, which is a house of gains, profits? You're not looking at the deeper part of the 11th house. 11th house is fourth from the 8th house. 8th house is death and rebirth, the unknown. And happiness of that is the 11th house, fourth from 8th. Because 4th house is your happiness. What gives you happiness? With Venus in the 11th house, with Ketu, who's originally the place where it belongs in the 8th house, there's this natural fascination. They're interested. They'll watch a documentary on some murder mystery, some horrific crime that happened. They'll be interested in it. They want to investigate it. Not investigate it, meaning like while they're watching, they're getting more and more curious. You know, and like I said, they will watch documentaries on, you know, how somebody's death impacted the world, or, you know, somebody who was reborn and remembered everything from the past. They are very much into it. And this is why this Venus Ketu is also a very strong position for somebody to actually have a strong sense, that sixth sense of knowing about astrology and occult. Because again, it is the fourth from the 8th house. It is the happiness of the 8th house. So of course, and also you will see your in-laws' home is going to have a narrow lane in the front of the home, or their home will be connected with number 7 or 6. Okay. Or it could be a 3-story home, or they will have odd steps in front of their home. The home could be like a grayish varnish in the front. Gray, white, and black. And also, sometimes your in-laws' home may even have a flag in front of the home. I've seen that, like, for example, somebody emailed me, like, in US, you know, like many people who are veterans, like old veterans, they'll put a US flag in front of the home, right? So the person that they were dating, their father was in the, you know, US Army or military, whatever it is, Marines, I think. And so they had a flag in front of the home. Once you know this things about astrology, you can literally decode what your in-laws' home will look like. You can actually see which direction will be in. Okay, like from your home, which direction is your in-laws' home, not even your spouse's home, in-laws' home. Spouse could be living separately in some apartment, but you can see all that. But once you follow these protocols, this is where the 11th house Venus will begin to give you the things you need. Okay. So anyway, before this video dies again, let me end it here. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.